My name is Janice. I'm here on your TV screen to help you adjust the color. I have blue eyes, blonde hair, fair skin, and I'm wearing a light blue dress. If the color needs correction, just turn the color controls on your TV set until I look normal, okay? Now remember, I have blue eyes, blonde hair, fair skin, and I'm wearing a light blue dress. How do I look now? Better? Good. Bye.
As part of its continuing series, Coca-Cola USA presents the En Route Safety and Efficiency Olympiad. We're here in Charlotte, North Carolina for the Interplant Finals. The En Route Safety and Efficiency Olympiad was established to recognize those special skills that enable route salesmen for Coca-Cola to perform safely and efficiently on the job every day. In these next two shows, we'll see top routemen from all over the country compete in tests of judgment, coordination, and on-the-job know-how. Hello, I'm Bud Foster. I'll be doing the play-by-play, and here with me, one of the all-time greats in the Route Truck Medley Marathon, old number 3 himself, Albie Miller.
Thanks, Bud. Good to be back.
Albie, what's the weatherman have in store for us today?
Partly cloudy, temperatures in the 70s. The weatherman says we could have more clouds move in on us, but we should be able to complete all of today's events.
Great. What do we have on tap for today?
The lift and handle event, the empty bottle collect and sort competition, and the load-unload relay.
We'll be getting to these exciting events in a minute, but first, this message.
Well, I don't know.
Tired of television?
Malaysia?
Just watching, I mean. Want to get into the action? Well, now you can. It's a whole new ball game, and you too can play. Here's how. First, the official souvenir program. Pages crammed full of rules, playbook diagrams, and action photos of your favorite stars. During the show, if Bud or Albie direct you to this program, you'll take a time out. First, you'll hear a tone like this. That's the signal to press the pause button on the video player, like this. After you've finished working in the program and are ready to rejoin the action, just press the pause button again. Simple, but that's not all. There are other ways that you can play the game. Yes, you can call the plays as they unfold before your eyes by using this. This audio selector switch helps you control the action. For example, you might be asked to predict whether a contestant will win or lose in his event. In this case, when the announcer says decide now, if you think you'd win, you'd switch to track 1. If you think you'd lose, track 2. Then always return the switch to the mixed position when the announcer tells you. After you've moved the selector switch, you'll find out whether your decision matches that of the experts. How about that? With the pause button, selector switch, and the souvenir program, everyone can play.
In the lift and handle competition, safety is a matter of form. A contestant earns a high form score if he lifts and lowers cases safely and efficiently. Earlier today, Albie filmed some of the lift and handle techniques the contestants use to avoid injury. We're going to take a look at that right now.
My specialty was the marathon, so I respect the lift and handle specialists. Just about every route salesman has to sling these babies around. And the successful case jockey, if he wants a long career, has got to lift them safely. Now, when you think that a man handles several hundred cases every day, that's a lot of weight to lift and lower. About as much as that route truck over there. A man's got to be efficient. He can't waste effort, and he can't break bottles. But most important, he can't get injured. And in this business, it's your back you gotta protect. Now, when I lift this case, see how my back's straight and my knees bent. Okay, now watch my back and legs again. My legs will do the work, not my back. Now, the judges pay a lot of attention to back and knee movement. If I did it wrong, like I'm doing here, bent my back instead of my knees, like that, I'd hurt my back. And certainly after a day of bent backs and straight knees, I'd have to see a doctor. By the way, when lifting or lowering, keep your head up, as though you were looking straight ahead. Like leg and back movement, proper case distance protects the back. Now, this case is comfortably close to my body. I get a single center of weight, which is carried by my legs. If you hold the case too far away, like I'm doing here, rather than taking a step toward the stack, your back will feel it. Case distance is a matter of feel, so is stance. When the judges look at a contestant's stance, they're looking at his starting position. Now, if I were to lift this case, I might hurt myself, because my back is twisted, my stance is poor. But if I turn like this, so that my feet are facing the stack, then I can lift and lower the right way, the safe way. Now, when you talk about stance, you're also talking about balance. Good balance helps protect your back, but it also keeps you from dropping cases or hurting someone else. A poor stance will throw you off balance, but other things can affect your balance. Footing, for example. So first, I check that the lift area is free of debris. No glass, bottle caps, or wet spots to slip on. Now I'm ready to lift and lower. Back straight, knees flexed for bending. I'm facing the case. And my feet are comfortably apart and flat on the ground. For each case, you want to get into a rhythm. Your move should be smooth and regular. Can't waste muscle power. By doing something in 2 steps that can easily be done in 1. You grip a case without hand holds like this, so it won't buckle. That's it.
That was a helpful demonstration, Albie. Thank you.
Thank you, Bud.
To help you during the competition, you'll find a lift and handle action photo in your official souvenir program.
And I'd also like to thank our camera crew for their help in that demonstration.
Yeah, I understand they almost had to carry you off the field.
Well, not quite. May be out of shape, 10 years worth, but I'd sure hate to be going up against those guys today.
Albie, I really think you are getting old. I've never heard you so modest in a long time.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
In today's competition, each contestant will lift 6 cases, like Albie just did.
Well, not quite. They do it a lot better. And they must lift 6 cases, 2 from a stack above chest level, 2 from stacks at chest level, and 2 from a stack below belt level.
We'll be switching to lift side in just a minute. Now, the judges will decide the winner, but you too will rate the contestant's performance. To help you, there's a simplified lift and handle score sheet on page 4 of the official souvenir program. Why don't you turn to it now? Each major category of form, back and knee movement, case distance, stance, which includes body position and foot position, and rhythm and balance is listed. Now, whenever a contestant makes an error in any one of these categories, place a mark over here to the right.
Ralph Beverly.
Okay, let's go back down to the field. Albie, what can you tell us about Ralph Beverly?
Well, Bud, they call him Sweet Pea. He's from Mobile, and this is his first competition.
Old Sweet Pea from Mobile, huh?
That's him. He's very strong, but what's impressed the pros is his form.
Earlier, we asked Ralph whether or not his size made it more difficult for him to get high form scores, and this is what he had to say.
No. When you talk about good form, you're talking about doing things the safe way. Any reasonably coordinated guy, if he learns right and works at it, can score well.
We all know how hard it is to score these days. Bud, Sweet Pea's about ready. You in the audience make sure you have your score sheets and pencils ready.
A lot of pressure on this guy, Albie. He's going for 2 cases above chest level.
Very nice.
Uh-oh, that's going to hurt him. He should have cleared the area. Well, while the judges total up the points, check your score sheet. Make sure you've marked all the penalties you saw. The judge's decision is in, and 4 penalties. Gee, that's a shame, Albie.
Sure is, Bud. It could cost Sweet Pea the championship. I think you can see on the replay what happened. First 2 lifts went beautifully. Knees bent, back straight, not humped. Repositions his hands well. Bad stance here, though. Loses his balance. Doesn't fall or drop the case, though. If he'd have cleared the ground area, he could have avoided that. Still hasn't recovered. Bad rhythm. Looking better here. But he holds this case too far from his body. Sweet Pea's so strong, that don't look too hard. But he could have hurt himself or dropped the case. I feel bad for Sweet Pea, Bud. He's better than that. You know, sometimes these young guys get into competition and they let the pressure get the best of them.
Well, there's a lot of truth to what you say there, Albie, but I'm sure he'll be back next year.
No doubt about it.
Next contestant, Louis Rohde.
Oh, now here's somebody I think you know, Albie.
Oh, Lou Rohde. Been around a lot of years. He'd have to be on my all-time team. He's a local boy, got the perfect temperament for this event. He's steady, careful, never been injured.
Yeah, and I think he's got a real good shot at the championship, too.
A good performance should do it.
You in the audience, make sure you're ready to score this second contestant. Use the score sheet on page 4 of your souvenir program.
Like Sweet Pea, Lou will work from the tallest stack to the shortest. Uh-oh.
How about that?
Spectacular.
Look over your score sheet and mark any penalties you may have spotted.
One penalty. This year's winner in the lift and handle competition, Lou Rohde.
Well, there it is, this year's winner, Lou Rohde. We're trying to get a word now from Lou down at lift side.
Lou, this is Albie Miller, Lou. Congratulations. Great performance.
Thanks, Albie.
Tell me, coming into the finals behind, did you think you could win it?
Yeah, Albie, I really did. When Sweet Pea had trouble, I knew I had it.
Lou, in just a second, we'll see the replay. Could you describe the action?
I started out with the high lift and lowers. They went pretty well.
You're repositioned nicely. Good knee action. What happened here?
Yeah, I bent my back and my concentration slipped. Luckily, I didn't get hurt.
But how you recover. What a string of lifts. Good knee action. Case distance. Perfect rhythm.
Guess I did get it together.
Well, again, Lou, congratulations on a great performance.
Thanks, Albie.
Well, what'd you think of that, Bud?
Well, I think he summed it all up when he said he got it all together, because he sure did.
You're right. In your official souvenir program, you'll find action photos of both Lou and Ralph demonstrating the styles of the pros for safe and efficient lifting and handling. You can review them at the end of today's competition.
We'll rejoin the Olympiad in just 1 minute, but first, this message.
Having trouble handling the high ones? Pulling a case down or shooting a case up onto a high stack? Take a tip from the pros. Lower or raise a case to a midpoint, the truck bed or a chest-high stack. Reposition your hands, then continue the action. Whether you're unloading off the stack or case shooting onto the stack, repositioning your hands at a midpoint will save your back and lengthen your career.
Two years ago, before retiring, Wes Montgomery set the world record of 50 seconds for the individual empty, collect, and sort. Many felt this record would never be broken. Until 5 days ago, when this man, an unheralded rookie from Denver, Frederick Peyton LaBarbera, electrified the crowd by tying that world record. And in the semifinals, he has twice done a 51. Today, with the collect and sort title wrapped up, Fred LaBarbera, in his last sort, will attempt one more time to break that world's record. LaBarbera's final sort is still several minutes away, so let's go down to sort side for a pre-sort preview and Albie Miller.
I'm here at sort side for a pre-sort preview.
Tell me, Albie, do you think young LaBarbera can break the record?
Oh, I do, Bud. He's got all the tools. Great hands, sharp eyes, and a lot of savvy.
What do you mean?
Well, his fundamentals are good. He always sees to it that he has plenty of room to work in. Works 2 bottles a hand. Sorts from the closest to the farthest. And he's always on the lookout for broken bottles. That prevents injury. Thank you. I like this kid's strategy. He never makes an extra move. Never gets penalized for an unstable case. This kid can do it all.
Albie, can you tell us more about strategy?
Sure, Bud. In the bottle sort event, like on the job, the basic objective is to end up with as many full cases as possible, and to have cases that will be stable on the hand truck when you carry them out. So LaBarbera will sort so that each case has the same sized bottles. At least that's his goal. For example, one decision Fred must make is whether his first move will be to collect all bottles into one place or sort the bottles in front of him. Which do you think is more efficient, sorting first or collecting first? If you think it's more efficient to sort first, switch to track 1. To collect first, track 2. Remember, sort first, track 1, collect first, track 2. Make your decision now.
That's right. If you collect first and then sort,
if you start
it takes
sorting
fewer
and
steps
then you collect,
and less time.
You'll have to sort again.
If you sort first
it's up
and
to
then
you.
go collect the strays,
But most men
you
find
still
that
have to sort
collecting
again.
first and then sorting
An extra step
takes less
and
time
more
and
time.
fewer steps.
Before going on, return the audio selector switch to the mix position. Now, Fred must sort these 2 cases, some 16 and some 10-ounce bottles. In which case should Fred sort the 16-ounce bottles? This one or this one? If you think Fred will sort the 16-ounce bottles in the left-hand case, switch to track 1. The right-hand case, track 2. Make your decision now.
Think a minute. It's easier
That's
to
right.
move 4 bottles
It's easier to
than
move
20.
4 bottles than
If you're
20.
sorting 16,
If you're sorting 16,
sort them into the case which
sort them
starts
into
out
the
with the
case
most
which starts
16-ounce
out with the
bottle.
most 16-ounce bottles.
Okay, return your set to mix. Often when you've finished sorting, you have 1 or more mixed cases, cases with several bottle sizes. Here are 2 mixed cases. Which is more likely to have been sorted by Fred? If the left-hand case is better sorted for stacking, switch to track 1. If the right-hand case is better for stacking, switch to track 2. Make your decision now.
If you try to stack on
Yes.
top of the left case,
If you try to stack on
stack's
top of the
unstable.
left case, the stack's unstable.
but the large
But the large
bottles
bottles
at the corners,
of the right-hand
case
case Make a stable base for
Make
stacking.
a stable base for stacking.
Now, before going on, return your set to the mix position. We're about a minute away from sort time, so let's go back up to Bud in the booth.
Thanks for the preview, Albie. You'll find action photos of Fred LaBarber's collecting and sorting tips on pages 5 and 6 of your official souvenir program. The excitement here is terrific. Practically all of Bottledom is here to witness this historic attempt. And here's the man all the attention's been on for the past week. Fred LaBarber, age 25, 5 foot, 10 inches tall, 170 pounds. Originally from Starkville, Mississippi, Fred now makes his home in Denver. Let's switch back to Albie at sort side for a play-by-play of the action.
LaBarber looks confident and cool. He's in great shape. We're ready to get underway.
Frederick LaBarbera, final sort.
He's clearing the area. Gives him good room to work. Ah, good eye. Spotted that bottle and put it where it can't hurt anyone. That's sound strategy, using a flat to round up strays. Now the sort. Working well from nearest to farthest row. He's got a shot at it. Unbelievable. Wow.
The judges have just confirmed the clock. It's official. A new world's record at 49
We're
seconds.
waiting for the judge's decision.
Albie, the
Well, I'm
judges...
sure we have a new record. I'm going to make my way through this crush of
Albie?
well-wishers and get a post-sorting interview with the new champ. I'm sure Fred LaBarbera will have a lot to say. He will. He's from Denver. Pardon me, excuse me, can I get through here, please? Congratulations, champ. Well, how does it feel to have a new record? When did you first feel you had really had a shot at the record?
I don't know, I was thinking about the bottle.
Where do you go from here? Champ. Well, well, we have a new champion, and I see the judge's decision is final. Well, that's about all there is down here, Bud. Back to you in the booth.
Thanks, Albie. It's a shame our technical equipment isn't performing as well as the contestants out there on the field. You can review Fred LaBarber's collecting and sorting tips in your official souvenir program after today's competition. I understand that we'll be back to watch today's last event, the hand truck load-unload relays, right after this word.
Hand trucks. This is a basic hand truck. Great back savers, these. Now, yours might look slightly different, but they all have the lip, the back, and the runners for going upstairs. Now, watch this. Here's your basic load. Slap that first case tight against the back so you can't see daylight through it. And each additional case on top, nice and even. Not too high. Can't put on more than the truck can handle or you can tilt. And a tilt. You put your foot on the axle and the weight rests over the wheels. And you can move these babies all over the place. And when you're ready to unload, hook a foot under the axle, rock the truck forward, and slide out the truck. Get to know your hand truck. It's your friend.
Well, the final event today is the load-unload relay, and this is really a test of wheeling skill. Right, Albie?
It sure is, Bud. And don't forget, in just a moment, we're going to meet one of the greatest hand truck men of all times, Eddie Swift.
You're absolutely right, and as if by magic, here he is right now. Hey, Eddie, how you doing? Come on in.
Hi,
Let me get this mic over here
What
for
have
you.
you been doing with yourself?
Okay, hold it. Wait a minute. I've worked with you guys before. Now, I need to ask you a question, otherwise I won't get it in. Listen now, Eddie, you've been involved in these events here for a number of years. And for the man that a lot of people feel actually pioneered the hand truck, What do you think about these young guys out there today?
The new breed? Ah, sure, they got it. This company's #1, Major League. And these guys, why, they're the top pros, cream of the crop. There've been changes, of course, but today you gotta be smarter. There's a lot bigger payload and a lot of different packaging. Working fast and safe ain't so easy as it was in my day, but safe and fast still a winning ticket. And these guys like winning as much as anybody.
I agree with you 100%, Eddie, but we don't have much time before the load-unload event, and
I'm gonna tell it just like I told my men when I used to put them through their paces. Now, what you gotta look for is who loads them up stable on the lip and back so they can't spill. Who knows when to stop so it ain't more than he and the hand truck can carry. You gotta watch them tilt that thing nice and easy, balancing the weight over the wheels.
Hand truck load-unload finalists to the load line.
Okay, thanks, Ed. Now here's how this event will be run. Contestants will load up at the load line. There. Then they'll go over to the officials table to have their cards checked. They'll come back, push off, and wheel down the track to the unload line. They'll unload and wheel back for the next load. 4 trips down and back. Nice flat track. Number 1 there is Billy Scott from Shelbyville, Indiana. Number 2 is Terry Burt from Fresno, California. And you'll have a chance to pick the winner here. We'll be asking you viewers questions while the contestants are at the officials' tables.
How do they do that?
They'll watch the events, and we'll ask the questions. They'll answer by moving the audio selector switch on their video players, either to position 1 or position 2.
How about that?
Ready with the route books.
Those are the orders. They're the same for both.
Open route books.
And there they go. Both men are about even. How stable are their loads? If you think their loads are stable, move your audio selector switch to track 1. If you think they're unstable, switch to track 2. Stable, track 1. Unstable, track 2. Decide now.
You have a sharp eye. Both men's loads
If you
are
look closely,
unstable.
You can see that both men's loads are unstable.
Return to mix.
Let's rejoin the race.
Both these boys must be nervous. They're starting out shaky. At least their loads are.
Uh-oh, Burke's got trouble.
Burt didn't load up tight against the back. Burke's right on one thing. When you got different sized packages, put the big ones on the bottom for gravity. On top, they're nothing but trouble.
And what's that?
Now Scott's in trouble.
Yeah, that crooked case. Should have put it in tight on the back.
Oh, that's something to see. How do they do that, Eddie?
Coordination, bud. So long as you know how to use the foot, you're okay. You get the feel. Takes practice.
We still have a tight race.
Now the big ones. Second load. Who'll be the leader, Scott or Burke? That's Scott, track 1. Burke, track 2. Decide now.
Scott, sure.
Those 2 cases
got
on the
more
bottom
stability
give
with
Scott
those 2
more
cases on the
stability
bottom.
than Burke.
Return to mix.
Scott's loaded 2 on the bottom. That's a tie roll. You don't have as much to control, it's easy. Burke's lucky it's a flat track. If he had to go through a door or something. See, Burke's got a tougher move there.
It's not over yet by any means. Third load is canned. How about that? Is Scott loaded to keep his lead? Yes, track 1. No, track 2. Decide now.
I wouldn't bet on
with you. That's an overload.
He's overloaded.
Burke will bring in his extra cans on his next load.
On his next
Not
load.
so risky.
Not so risky.
Return to mix.
It had to happen, Eddie. Even on a nice flat track, that's overcapacity. Too bad. He had a nice lead.
That's the whole thing. The safer way is the faster way.
Now the 4th and final load.
Now you see there, Bud, what you gotta be sure is that you gotta stack what's stable, one on top of the other, and no more than you can handle on the hand truck, like I was saying.
Scott will do the 3 cases at once, but I'm afraid it's too late for him now.
Looks like Burt for sure.
Kid's got nice footwork, good pair of hands.
There comes Burt, well in the lead. What a pretty sight. The winner is Terry Burt.
Wow, some nice work there, right, Eddie?
What'd I tell you about these here kids? They are real pros.
We'll be right back, but first this word.
After a hard day on the route, do you get that dragged out feeling? In the morning, does your body ache all over? Oh. Well, muscle strains, backache, loss of pep and energy may be caused by poor planning on the job. One remedy is to load directly from truck to hand truck. Load directly from hand truck to shelves. Sort empties directly onto the hand truck. Load directly from hand truck to truck. In other words, avoid unnecessary lifting and handling. Whenever possible, load in one step, not 2. Oh, mercy. I feel better already.
We're back. Eddie, I really want to thank you for coming by today and joining us on the program. You did a tremendous job. I know you're anxious to get back down on the field and see all your friends down there. Once again, thank you.
My pleasure, Bud, my pleasure.
Well, that about finishes day 1 of our competition. But before we leave, I want to call attention to pages 7 through 10 of your souvenir program. There are 2 full pages of action photos on tips from the pros, clearly showing safe hand truck loads, and a 2-page spread of photos covering the basic play for tilting. Look through them after the show.
Yeah, it's got a lot of good shots.
Well, that about does it for today's show. I want to thank my old sidekick here, Albie Miller, along with Eddie Swift and the entire technical team that did such a great job on putting this program on.
And don't miss our next show, another exciting day of competition.
Today, you've heard a lot about winning and record-breaking performances. We here at the Olympiad want you to remember that when you're out there on the route, that you too are playing on a championship team, the record breaker year after year.